Have you ever looked at your bank balance and felt a wave of emotion that had nothing to do with the number itself? Have you ever wondered why two people with the same income can live in completely different realities of stress and ease? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about money in a way that goes deeper than budgets and spreadsheets, but stays practical enough to change your life. We are going to explore financial karma, not as superstition, not as cosmic punishment, but as cause and effect in your relationship with resources, choices, values, and inner state. The first idea is that your money life is shaped less by one big decision and more by thousands of micro decisions made in specific emotional states. The second idea is that abundance is not only about having more, it is about having a cleaner relationship with what you already touch, earn, spend, save, give, and fear. Let us begin with what I call the invisible hand of your finances. Most people think money is only math. Earn this, spend that, save what is left. But the truth is that money is also memory. It carries the residue of your childhood, your family stories, your first experiences of scarcity or safety, and the invisible rules you learn it about worth. Some people grew up hearing that money is hard to come by. They watched parents argue about bills. They felt the tension of uncertainty. They learned that money equals safety, so they cling. Even when they have enough, the body still braces. Other people grew up hearing that money is dirty. They saw someone in the family become greedy. They saw wealth associated with betrayal or arrogance. They learned that money equals danger, so they unconsciously push it away. Others grew up believing that money equals love. They learned to buy affection. They learned to impress. They learned to spend as a way to feel valuable. Their bank account becomes a stage where their identity performs. So when you look at money, you are not only seeing numbers, you are touching a relationship. This is why two people can have the same salary and live with completely different levels of peace. Financial karma starts right there, not in your income, in your relationship. Now let us define financial karma clearly. Financial karma is the momentum created by how you earn, how you spend, how you save, how you borrow, how you give, and the intention behind each move. It is not just what you have, but how you got it and how you use it. Every financial choice leaves a ripple in your nervous system, a ripple in your habits, a ripple in your trust, a ripple in your relationships. If you earn money through constant self-betrayal, overwork, or dishonesty, the ripple is tension. You may have more cash, but you have less life force. If you spend money as a way to avoid feelings, the ripple is numbness and regret. You may have pleasure in the moment, but you strengthen the habit of escaping. If you save money from fear and never allow yourself to use it for growth, the ripple is stagnation. You build a wall, but you also build a prison. If you give money from guilt or to control others, the ripple is resentment. Even generosity can become a karmic knot when the intention is not clean. If you give money from compassion and wise care, the ripple is trust. Not blind trust, but a deeper sense that resources can circulate without destroying you. When I say energetic ripple, I am not asking you to believe in invisible magic. I am asking you to notice the reality of your inner state. Every financial decision has an emotional flavor. That emotional flavor becomes a habit. Habits become identity. Identity shapes destiny. That is financial karma. Now let me tell you a story that makes this real. A man named Victor came to me once and said he was doing well on paper, but he felt poor inside. He made good money. He lived in a nice place. He had savings. But every time he opened his banking app, his chest tightened. He never felt safe. He said the strangest thing. It is like money never lands. It comes in and my body still thinks it is about to disappear. We talked for a while and he told me his childhood story. His family had money for a few years, then they lost it quickly. The loss was chaotic. Adults panicked. Arguments exploded. The household became unpredictable. Victor learned one core belief. money leaves. So even when he earned more as an adult, his nervous system kept living in the past. He hoarded information, checked accounts constantly, avoided spending on anything meaningful, and secretly judged himself for wanting more. He was trapped in a karmic loop where fear created control, and control created more fear. That is how financial karma works. It is not the universe punishing you. It is your mind repeating an old strategy that once helped you survive. The way out begins with awareness. Mindful money begins with seeing what is happening inside you when money is involved. When you spend, what are you feeling right before you click buy? When you earn, what are you feeling right before you accept a project or a job? When you save, what are you feeling right before you decide how much to set aside? When you think about investing, what are you feeling? Excitement, fear, greed, shame, confusion, pressure. Most people do not track the emotional part. They only track the numbers. But the emotional part is the steering wheel. This brings us to unpacking the seeds of prosperity. Prosperity is not only a result. It is a garden. Seeds, soil, water, seasons. If you want abundance, you must look at what you are planting daily. Let us talk about conscious spending, because this is where most people leak energy without noticing. People often ask, is that latte costing me more than cash? The deeper answer is sometimes yes, but not for the reason you think. If you drink a coffee mindfully, appreciating it, enjoying the moment, and it fits your budget, it can be nourishment. It can even be a practice of gratitude. In that case, the latte is not a problem. The problem is unconscious spending. The problem is the moment you buy something to avoid a feeling. Loneliness, stress, the need to feel successful, the need to prove worth, the need to rebel against pressure, the need to soothe anxiety. If spending is your emotional medication, the cost is not only money. The cost is the habit of not meeting your life directly. That habit creates karmic consequences. Unconscious spending trains the mind to seek relief through external objects. That makes your happiness dependent on purchase cycles. You become more vulnerable to marketing, comparison, and identity pressure. Conscious spending does the opposite. It returns you to agency. Conscious spending asks one simple question before the purchase. Is this aligned with my values and my peace? Sometimes the answer is yes. Sometimes the answer is no. The goal is not austerity. The goal is awareness. Now let us talk about giving as an investment. Some people hear that and immediately feel suspicious, as if generosity becomes selfish. But the truth is that generosity does create return. Not because the universe is a vending machine, but because generosity changes conditions. When you practice giving, you train the mind out of scarcity. You train the nervous system to trust flow. You train your identity to become someone who can share without panic. That identity attracts different relationships. People trust you more. Communities become stronger. Support becomes more likely. Opportunities appear through connection. In Buddhist practice, giving is often described as one of the cleanest ways to soften attachment. It is not about losing money. It is about loosening the grip that says I must hold everything or I will die. Wise giving is not reckless. It is intentional. It respects your responsibilities. It respects your limits. It is not martyrdom. It is alignment. Now let us talk about debt and its hidden cost. Debt has an obvious cost: interest, penance, limitation. But debt also has an energetic weight. Not mystical, practical. Obligation occupies attention. Attention is life force. When you carry debt, a part of your mind is always calculating. Even if you avoid thinking about it, the avoidance itself consumes energy. The nervous system holds a background tension. That does not mean debt makes you bad. It means debt is a condition that affects your inner state, and your inner state affects your choices. People in debt sometimes become desperate. They take work that violates their values. They hide. They lie. They isolate. They stop investing in health. They stop learning. They stop taking opportunities because they feel trapped. So the karmic work is not to shame debt. The karmic work is to lighten the load through clarity, structure, and forgiveness. Clarity means you look at the numbers without flinching. Structure means you create a realistic plan. Forgiveness means you stop carrying identity shame. Because shame does not pay debt. Shame only drains energy you need for wise action. Now let us move into case studies. Because money teaching becomes real when you see it in human lives. Case study 1 is a woman named Mira. Mira made decent money, but she lived in constant panic. Not because she was irresponsible, but because she had a scarcity identity. She grew up in a family that treated money like a monster. If a bill arrived, fear arrived. If someone spent, guilt arrived. If someone talked about wanting more, they were judged. So Mira carried two conflicting impulses. She wanted abundance, and she believed abundance was dangerous. She would save aggressively, then binge spend. She would feel proud, then feel ashamed. She would promise herself change, then repeat. One day she decided to do something simple. She started tracking emotional spending. Every time she spent beyond her plan, she wrote the feeling that came first. It was almost always the same. Exhaustion. Mira was using spending as compensation for overwork. She was trying to buy relief. So the real financial karma was not the credit card. It was the way she was living. She began adjusting her life. She set boundaries at work. She rested more. She built a small weekly joy budget that she could spend without guilt. She practiced gratitude each time she used money for something aligned. She started giving a small amount monthly to a cause she cared about. Not from guilt, from intention. Within a year, her financial situation improved. But more importantly, her relationship with money softened. She stopped feeling haunted. She started feeling agency. That is abundance alchemy. Not magic. Alignment. Case study 2 is a man named Jonah who moved from scarcity to flow. Jonah was smart and hardworking, but he believed money was always one step away from disappearing. He came from a family where one crisis followed another, so he learned to brace. Jonah started making more money, but his fear grew with his income. He worried about taxes, markets, job security, relationships, everything. His mind was always predicting collapse. Then something changed when he met a mentor who asked him a quiet question. Do you want to be wealthy in money or wealthy in peace? Jonah realized he had been building wealth while losing peace. He started practicing mindful money as a daily meditation. Each morning he would look at his accounts calmly for 2 minutes. Not to obsess, to see. Then he would take one action that moved his life toward stability. Pay something. Automate saving. Review a plan. Learn a skill. Then he would close the app and return to the day. He also practiced giving, but in a very specific way. He gave to people and places that expanded his heart. He noticed that giving reduced his fear. It reminded his nervous system that resources can circulate. He built a strong financial foundation, but the deeper transformation was internal. The background panic faded. He began trusting himself. That is a crucial point. Abundance is often the experience of self-trust, not just the experience of having more. Now let us address the millionaire who gave it away story, because people love this idea. But it is often misunderstood. There are wealthy people who give large amounts away, but the key is not the size. The key is the mindset. Many truly wealthy people think in terms of circulation. They understand that resources stagnate when held with fear. They invest, donate, support, create, because money is a tool for movement. But not all giving is wise. Some people give to avoid feeling guilty. Some people give to control public image. Some people give to compensate for harm. That giving can still leave them empty. The surprising truth is that the healthiest relationship with money often looks like this. Respect it. Use it with intention. Do not worship it. Do not fear it. Let it serve values. Let it circulate. And do not confuse it with identity. Now let us move into cultivating your financial garden. Because this is where the video becomes a practice. Mindful money practices begin with one foundation. You cannot build abundance on self-deception. You have to see clearly. So the first practice is honest seeing. Once a week, sit quietly and review your money life with gentleness. Not judgment, gentleness. Look at income, expenses, debts, savings, and pattern. Notice where you feel tension. Notice where you feel pride. Notice where you feel avoidance. Then ask, what is the story behind that feeling? If you avoid opening statements, the story might be fear of shame. If you feel proud when you spend, the story might be identity performance. If you feel resentful when you pay bills, the story might be a belief that life is taking from you. These stories are the karmic drivers. The second practice is mindful spending with a single breath. Before you buy, take one breath and ask, is this aligned? If yes, buy without guilt. If no, pause and ask what feeling you are trying to escape. Then choose a different response. Drink water. Take a walk. Message a friend. Breathe. Rest. The goal is not to never spend. The goal is to stop spending as avoidance. The third practice is gratitude for money. Many people hate this because they think it is forced positivity. But gratitude is not denial. Gratitude is attention reining. If you only focus on what you lack, your mind strengthens scarcity. Scarcity is a state that makes you impulsive and reactive. Gratitude helps you see what is already supporting you. A roof, skills, people, time, health, even small things. Try this practice. Each time you pay for something essential, silently say, this supports my life. Each time you receive income, silently say, thank you for the exchange. This is not superstition. It is training your relationship with resources toward respect instead of resentment. The fourth practice is forgiveness and release for past mistakes. Many people carry old financial mistakes like a permanent identity stamp. They say, I am bad with money. I ruined my life. I always mess up. I cannot be trusted. That identity is heavy. It drains energy, and drained energy leads to more mistakes. Forgiveness does not mean pretending mistakes did not matter. Forgiveness means refusing to keep bleeding from the past. Say it plainly. I made choices. I repair now. Repair is the sacred part, not shame. The fifth practice is generosity with boundaries. Choose a giving practice that fits your reality. It can be small. The amount matters less than the consistency and intention. It can be supporting a community resource, helping a friend in a hard season without rescuing them, donating to mental health services, supporting education, supporting something that aligns with your values. Generosity trains abundance, but boundaries protect sustainability. If giving leaves you resentful, your giving is not clean. Adjust it. The sixth practice is right livelihood. This is a Buddhist concept that translates beautifully into modern life. Right livelihood means earning in a way that reduces harm and aligns with your values. Not everyone can change careers instantly, but everyone can move one step toward alignment. You can stop lying to get sales. You can stop exploiting people. You can stop ignoring your health for money. You can treat co-workers with respect. You can choose ethical investments. You can create honest value. When your livelihood is cleaner, your money carries less inner conflict. Inner conflict is expensive. It costs peace. Now we enter the abundance journey forward. Financial karma is the long game. It is not a one-time fix. It is a path. You will have seasons. Sometimes income rises. Sometimes it falls. Sometimes emergencies happen. Sometimes opportunities appear. Sometimes life surprises you. The question is not whether you will face uncertainty. You will. The question is whether you will meet money with panic or with practice. When you meet money with practice, you become stable in a deeper way. You become someone who can navigate change without collapsing. That is abundance. beyond material wealth. Aligning finances with values creates a richer life. A rich life includes peace. A rich life includes time. A rich life includes relationships not driven by status. A rich life includes a nervous system that can rest. A rich life includes generosity that feels clean. A rich life includes self-respect. Money can support that, but money cannot replace that. Now let me bring all of this into one final story. Because stories teach the heart. A woman named Elise once described her money life as a haunted house. Every time she tried to plan, fear would slam a door. Every time she tried to save, guilt would whisper. Every time she tried to invest, anxiety would shout. She was not lazy. She was not irresponsible. She was simply carrying old karma, old conditioning, old beliefs. She began mindful money work slowly. She started by forgiving herself for past debt. She created a simple plan. Not perfect, just real. She practiced one breath before spending. She built a small emergency cushion. She increased her financial literacy, one lesson at a time. She gave a small consistent donation monthly. She tracked her emotional states around purchases. 6 months later, she did not feel rich, but she felt different. She said, "I do not feel haunted anymore. I feel like I am living with money instead of fighting it." A year later, she got a new job opportunity, not because the universe rewarded her for being good, but because she was calmer, clearer, and more confident. She negotiated better. She chose better. She showed up differently. Her destiny changed because her causes changed. That is financial karma. Now I want to speak directly to you. If money has been a source of fear, you can learn a new relationship. If money has been a source of shame, you can release that identity. If money has been a source of conflict in your relationships, you can bring mindfulness to communication. If money has been a source of numbness through spending, you can bring compassion to the feelings underneath. The path is not perfection. The path is awareness. And awareness is the beginning of freedom. Now, I want you to take one step today. Not 10 steps. One step. Choose one mindful money practice you can do this week. Maybe it is one breath before spending. Maybe it is weekly honest review without judgment. Maybe it is setting one boundary around emotional shopping. Maybe it is creating a small giving practice. Maybe it is writing down one money story you inherited and questioning whether you still want to live by it. Then do it gently and consistently. Because financial karma is rewritten through repetition, not through a single burst of motivation. Now I want to hear from you. In the comments, share one money pattern you want to transform, and one value you want your finances to support. Also share whether money feels like safety, freedom, pressure, or identity for you. Naming it is the first step. If you want more long-form teachings on karma, mindfulness, abundance, and inner peace, subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Leave a comment so this reaches the people who need it. And if you want to support deeper work and longer episodes, consider becoming a member. Ending words for you. Money is not your worth. Money is a mirror. Meet it with awareness. Plant seeds with compassion. Spend with intention. Give with wisdom. And let your abundance journey become a path of peace.
There comes a time when you realize you want something that belongs just to you. Something that brings comfort and keeps you connected to your inner world. Wall-crafted bracelet does exactly that. Quietly, softly, and consistently. If you felt drawn to any bracelet in this video, you'll find the purchase link in the video description, and many more auctions in the channel's storefront. Because sometimes the smallest item can bring the biggest sense of peace.